Hey everybody, here we are. Welcome to some Sunday night painting together. Fantastic. Glad you can be here. If you are here, please make sure to say hello. Let me know that you are there and you're enjoying. Hope you're having a good Sunday night. Hopefully grab yourself a cup of tea, grab yourself a beverage of choice, and we're gonna make some art tonight, which is really exciting. Tonight we are working on doing a little bit of coloring, painting of some of our characters. As you probably know, we've been working, if you've been tuning in at all, you've seen that we've been working on a few different characters. And here is our fighter. What's fun about our fighter is, hey, Masterpiece Art with Nicholas. Hey, thanks, Dave. Welcome. Good to have you. You know, the other day, actually, when I finished the stream, I had a really funny kind of observation. And the observation was that his eyes were too small. So actually, let's we're gonna kind of zoom in on his eyes a little bit here. I want you to see something. So this is what his eyes were before. They were just really, I just felt like they were just too small for him. And so I've enlarged his eyes a little bit to make them, I don't know, fit the size of his body a little bit more. But here I'll zoom out and you can see this happen. Boom. Boom. So that I just copied and pasted that, and so we're going to keep that in mind as we are doing some coloring today. So everything I did, I kind of combined down into this one layer here. We're on just a few different layers. We are on a color layer, the line layer, a few random bits and pieces. We're actually I'm going to take that off here. I did have this little arrow, reminds me where the light is coming from at all times, which is important. I'm going to lock that. So I actually don't paint on that layer. I don't want to paint on that layer. So we're going to start a new layer, and then we're going to clipping mask it so now we can only affect just that layer. And we're going to have just some fun getting actually, let's make sure we are that we're good here. Okay. Whew. I've noticed, I don't know what it is, but there's something about my selection that is being thrown off fairly regularly. Well, so what do you guys, what's going on this weekend? You guys, what's kind of happening? There does need to be an additional line here. I'm going to brush up here a little bit. Make the, so I'm going to unlock the pixels of that line, and we're just going to, all right, lock the pixels back up here. I'm experimenting with a couple of different brushes here today. These are Loish's brushes, and they're actually pretty nice. I do like them. See this little texture brush here. It's been kind of a nice little brush. I like it. Yeah, well, so tell me what's been happening this weekend. Tell me what you guys have been doing. And it's so funny, like every time I select something, it's like it's not quite grabbing it. Unbelievable. I don't know what's doing that. Absolutely drives me insane. Right, so what we're trying to do here is I'm trying to establish for myself kind of how we want the actual shininess to come through. Not really liking that. So in this set, there's five characters. And my hope is that we can get them really cracking here soon. You know, all the color we need to do, and So I do have a little bit of armor. Sorry. I do have a little bit of armor reference up in front of me. So I can keep taking a look at how the light may or may not hit armor like this. For some reason this playlist just feels like it's the wrong playlist. Let's go back. Let's find a different one. I don't know if this will be any better. We'll find out. I just need a little bit less going on because, man, for some reason it was just really getting me. I realized his hair should probably be coming down right there, shouldn't it? So in this kind of fix layer, what I'm going to do, this is kind of like we're going to call this fix. And this allows me to kind of have a layer of stuff that I can, a layer that I can just come along and grab and modify kind of whatever I need to, really. I don't know if I actually want to do that. What's nice is then I can actually just erase. So it feels good. So these are like these little tiny, they actually buckle the armor together. And so I just want to represent that. Hey, Bo Barnes. Hey, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. I'm doing well. It's good to see you. Had a little bit of a break there. Kind of rethinking things and deciding what is it that I want to do and So it's good to be back. For sure. How about you? What have you been working on? Hey, it's no worries. It's no worries. You're not going to apologize for being in lurk mode. Not at all. It's totally fine. I think we all can just enjoy. I mean, everyone's going to kind of enjoy the stream in their own way. You don't have to feel badly about that at all. But it's at the same time, it's really nice to have you back in the chat. So it's great. It's great stuff. I mean, even for myself, I needed a little bit of a break and kind of reassess what I am going to be, focusing on. Well, Martin says he's been working mostly on school. I got 2 sections left to this class and I'll be done. But I have a chapter, flashcards, and a test for both of them. So I'm trying to pace myself without going crazy for the deadline in like 4 months. But I want to get them done in 3 months so I can do any paperwork they need me to do before I get done. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're progressing in it. It can be, I mean, school can be so daunting. I mean, in some ways it feels like it was so long ago for me. Because, because in lots of ways it was. But man, I don't know. There was part of it where it's just like, sometimes I was like, man, what is it that I'm actually doing? And I don't know. I think, I don't want to say that school in and of itself is overrated, but I think the idea that you have to go right to college and get cracking right away, and I think is a little bit much. But then again, if you know what you want to do, then then go for it. But I think a lot of people don't know what they want to do. and then they just kind of go to school hoping that they'll figure it out, which rarely is the case, obviously. I mean, if you know exactly what you want to do and you're ready and you feel like you've got things sorted, then I say go for it. But man, if you're at all wondering, it's okay, one, to take your time, try not to rush through it. There's other stuff that needs to get done, like even just an AA and what tea am I drinking? I am drinking a sweet and spicy tonight. And it's the one tea that I don't mind if it just steeps forever. Usually, typically with teas, I'm just like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is, and pull it out. But sweet and spicy is fantastic. It's by Good Earth. Highly recommend it. Oh, Barnes, you're going back for a teaching degree. Nice. I took one class after high school 2 years ago. I never went back until last year because moving and life caught up with me. Sure. Well, I hope you're able to find and get, what you're looking for and what you're looking to get out of it. Like I said, it can be hard to get what you want to get out of school. Moving overseas type moving took me 6 months of small packing, but everything was wow. So where did you end up going? You live in South Korea. You're from the US, okay. So what brought you over to South Korea? Was it for school or? I'm gonna do R2 since that's what I love. But being a teacher is backup plan. Yeah. So wherever the hubby gets sent for work, you always need teachers. Well, I think it's a great idea. And best wishes on as you're kind of getting things sorted out, and I think in life we tend to make we just tend to make plans irregardless of if we can do them or even if it's what we really want. Always got to have a black backup plan. Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about saying it. Yep. Don't worry about that at all. So are you there now? If I'm understanding you right? You want to be a writer? Want to be a writer and a painter, but can't just stay home and not go out and make money to help with the bills. That's how I've always been. Yeah. Like today, I guess we didn't have to work. I didn't still end up going. And I, at some point, I'll be cleaning because I can't sit around for too long. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, you're a team. And I can understand that. My hope for you is that you're able to still hold on to your dream. You know? I think there's a sense of it's so easy to in some ways to lose hope. Life does kind of get in the way. One of the things I had started doing, and actually one of the reasons why I'm streaming with you here all today, is the intentionality of making art. And how, or whatever it is, whatever our hobby is, it will always be in contention with the things around us. And those things may be good. You know, that may be a family. That may be volunteering. That may be people. That may be, I mean, there's so many things that are wanting our time. And I think that for the most part, I think people are fairly responsible, and they want to do the right thing, and they want to contribute, and so the idea of a dream when it comes to art can be ambiguous. It's not for sure. And so that can be hard to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Sure, that makes sense. Make sure, but so your paints are packed right now. Okay. What kind do you do? What kind of painting are you enjoying? Get those things unpacked, right? I actually, to be honest with you, I regularly think, what am I doing? Should I just be doing something a little bit more stable? And man, there are days. And I think the encouragement of everybody, including all of you out there, that's been really helpful to keep going. They've been unpacked for months now. I've been doing canvas paintings with acrylic. Yeah. Time is a big thing for me. So at the beginning of the month, I made a schedule. So you've been sticking with it. Nice. Like every day I have to work, I get to work, and then I come home, I do school. I'm working, I do a little school for a bit, and then switch into painting. Good job. Good for you. Love to see what you're working on. Are you on the Discord server? Just right above here, that's just the link right here. A lot of the people who've been hopping in and being part of this community have been posting their work, and it's been really, really fun to see what people are doing. So here I'm going to add a layer, do the clipping mask, then go down to multiply. And what I'm going to do is just use this to just simply darken his boots. But it keeps all the highlights and everything. It just brings the value of the whole boots down. So instead of repainting it, it's just a way that I can get that. So it's just a really quick way of, hey, let's just make his boots a little bit darker. See some of the progress today. Let's do a little bit of line coloring. This always helps with feeling a sense of cohesion between what it is that I'm drawing and the actual object. Been working on one, but yeah, I've been building up a color in the background while I paint on the rest. Oh, that's fun. Just a little bit of color to the lines goes a long ways. You posted in the share your art tab. Okay, cool. One of these days, I'm gonna bring up the artwork that everyone's working on, you know, with their permission, of course. And we're just gonna kind of look at it and see what people are doing on the stream. Should be really fun. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I know that that sharing your artwork, especially with other artists, can be extremely daunting. All right, so this is kind of what we've done thus far. So I'm going to take it. If I select all the layers, even if they have different blending modes, if I select them all, hit Control E, boom, it just flattens them the way that they are. And I go back. And then there's all the layers the same. Just one layer now. Yeah, yes. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. So I have to remember whenever I flip my canvas, sometimes I forget which way the light's coming from. So that's another reason having the arrow there is that when I'm flipping my canvas, I don't accidentally forget, which is really silly, but it can happen. His hand is still too big, so we're gonna have to address that, you know, at some point tonight. Decided with your coffee here that I was going to take pictures of my painting so I can see what. So I can move space of my desk. I don't want where I don't have any working room between a paint cups and a finished canvas. I completely understand that. It is hard when you don't have finished work. I really hope you're able to get that. I mean, I know the feeling and I understand the struggle. I really do. And some people have just, you know, zero trouble finishing work. And end up being, and then what ends up happening then is that they're just so prolific. And that's just not been my experience. Dave asks, how do I decide when I'm finished with a piece? There are two things that kind of bring that factor into that. One is budget for the work I'm doing. You know, I eventually have to finish a piece because one, I have to get it to the client, and two, I have to start on the next ones. And so, and then there's just, you know, especially when it comes to book publishers, they have deadlines that that they need to hit in order to keep production going. And so if you don't hit those, then it's gonna cause a problem. And so the second thing would then be at what point am I able to feel like I'm remotely okay with it going out the door? Because I'm never going to be fine with it. I'm never going to be accept that it's done. It never is done. Let me back up. There's an acceptance that it needs to be done. And so that can be a really hard place to be. Really, 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 really tough. I'm going to do a quick... Sometimes I like to come and do just a tiniest bit of airbrush work. This allows me to... I don't like to have an airbrushed look to my work. But if you do it just a little bit, you can have a really, really nice, soft look to it. The other one I like to do is just come in with just a little bit of color, and sometimes adding just a little bit more color to things can be really helpful too. And we're going to go overlay light there. And this just adds a little bit of saturation to the piece. And the thing here will be to make sure that we don't get too saturated. I want this to be just a little bit more green. Requires a really light hand. So if I kind of go off and on, you'll see just a little bit of color that's being interjected into things. When it comes to the face, I actually like to come in with the textured, my favorite textured, and start to nail it down here. But actually I need to erase that because I don't have all my layers flattened yet. So hey, Noah's here. Hey, welcome Noah, good to have you, my man. How you doing tonight? What's happening? Bo says, I know what I'm doing after the one that I just posted. I was trying to finish a painting set for the hubby for a gift. I got one completely done. One needs to be fixed and needs to make one more to finish the set. Oh, that's really cute. Congrats to you. I hope you can get it done. I just painted a an Ewok for my wife yesterday. Okay, I'm going to do a screen. It's going to give these just a little bit more of a glowing reflection kind of set. I like to use the abilities in Photoshop and the layer the blending layers to my advantage as much as I can. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right, Noah. I was working on a music project this afternoon. And so I feel like I've been on the computer a little bit too much for a weekend. But it's all right. I'm happy to be here with y'all. Here's kind of a cool little trick I learned. Kind of came up with. So I'm going to get a new layer and I get the lasso tool and I kind of roughly select his shadow. And if you hit Control H, it hides those dancing ants. And then you can come in and kind of just really softly hit his shadow. I like that. Yeah. So it's like a really fast, icky way of doing a shadow. The other thing too I was going to show you is that I was going to do he has a flail here, and so I was going to just show you what I was going to do with that. So we have a flail. And if I lock those layers, I can actually come in with, you know, remembering the light here. And I can come in and really quickly get a sense of shape. Let's go down and get a little bit darker here. And then we'll come back with a little, I don't know why, a little bit reflected shadow. Cool. And then we're going to go under here. So we're going to call this shadow. Try to type with her brace on is not fun. And then we're going to toss this in a folder called flail. I'm sorry, I can't type. Don't worry about it. Okay, so then what I can do is come in, we can grab a shadow again, just really simply. And then we're gonna, using the shift tool, we're just kind of cool. So what I can do with that now is I can come in and we'll get the spikes going here a little bit. And as you can see, I'm trying to not, it's good to try to keep a semblance of, so I got those covered in. I can deselect my layer, and now I can come in and just really, lock the layers, and I can just really quickly hit so. And if I wanted to, I could come in and say, you know what, this is not the right shape, and I could just Bo's going into lurk mode. Totally fine. Do it. Enjoy. I hope you do some paintings, actually, Bo. That'd be great. Hey, Sarah's here. Hey, Ash. How you doing, my dear? Welcome. Welcome. How are you tonight? But you're not at the moment. Okay, that's fine. You're watching it. You know what? I need to watch some Olympics. Man, I'm probably going to have some Olympics on while I'm painting tomorrow. I'm kind of sucker for the luge. I don't know about you. What's your favorite? What's everyone's favorite Olympic sport? Specifically now that we're in the Winter Olympics. All right, so we're at a moment of truth. This is like seriously the biggest moment of truth. This is where we're going to flatten all the layers. Everything's going to be flat. And the reason is that, and the reason why this is a big deal is because I have to commit to my lines. And I'm kind of a baby. And I'm not fearless when it comes to committing to my lines. The half pipe is awesome for sure. Dave likes the ski jumping. Dude, Dave, are you talking about like the one where they like cruise way, way down hundreds of feet and do like the insane flips? You would like that. Not a huge fan. Sarah's not a fan of the ice dancing. Noah likes the snowboarding. That's fun. That's good. Ski jumping, I don't honestly. Okay. Ski jumping. What I don't get, and if I ever was to meet a ski jumper, I would want to understand how in the world they are able to practice that. I mean, how do you go from not ski jumping to ski jumping without killing yourself? Like, I don't understand how you can, okay, I'm going to go down it a couple times, but eventually you have to do, a trick. And how do you practice that if you've never done it? I just don't understand how you do that. It makes absolutely zero sense to me. Not totally sold on his shield. I think what it is that the actual selection when I'm doing the eyedropper tool is lagging. I think that's the problem. I think there's a small small piece of lag that's occurring. So when I'm selecting, I'm like, I hit the selection, I move on, and it's not selecting. You're watching the giant slalom and incredible steepness of that hill is just, yeah, you know, it is wild what people can do. Skiing is great. I love downhill skiing. I grew up downhill skiing. It's a wonderful, wonderful sport. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. We are coming to a head on it. See, I just selected and it lagged. So I don't know what the lag is and why it's lagging. It did it again. Look at that. And then it creates a spot. I don't understand how we're getting to that. Just really, really do not. And it's seriously driving me bananas. Cool. Well, we're getting to a spot where we're going to be pretty close to where I'm going to have to commit to the lines. Well, hi Lydia. How are you? Thanks for coming and saying hi. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna be right back, probably in about 2 minutes. So this is a good time. If you are looking to grab yourself a cup of tea, go ahead and do so. And I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, I'm back. Back. Sarah, see you later. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy the Olympics. All right, friends. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to take this line. I'm going to copy this line so that I always have it. And we put it at the top there, but we're going to hide it. And then we're going to do with the rest of them is we're going to come in, except for the flail. I'll leave the flail by itself. It's fine. And we're just going to boom. See? Now it's all one piece. You know, I haven't worked well with the gouache paints since you were here, Noah. So I'm going to do my best to stay actually on this. This layer. As simple, make these lines a little more simple. See, it did it again. See how it made that little spot? Yeah, I should have brought the gouache painting for everybody to see, but I forgot. Yeah, sometimes more of a simple setup is better. Sometimes I think as an artist, I overcomplicate things needlessly. I'm going to take this arm, grab it like this. Copy a Control Shift C, and then paste it. And then what I can do is I can just do a little bit of manipulating, just a tiny bit, because I knew that arm hand was just going to be just too big. So then what I can do now is I come in and I'll just do a little bit of, man, I'm put it on my to-do list to figure out why the selection thing continues to do that, because it's unbelievably annoying. Right, so it's a little bit haphazard, but it's just a really quick way of fixing that. So then now you can see, boom, boom, just looking good. Get his hand a better size now. I don't know if I want to necessarily separate out the eyebrows like that, but it does add a little bit of definition to. One of the things about this technique too is I can kind of slowly, if I want to, kind of get rid of the lines if I want to. There's doing it again. Man. It couldn't be more annoying. I just don't understand. It's almost like I'm trying to, now I have to like tap it multiple times because I'm like, is it actually even doing it? Like that. See how I had to tap it multiple times? It's like, I don't even know. But it's the stuff we have to do to make this all work. So I'm not sharing who this is because the actual commission is a surprise. And so when it is all ready to go, I will let you guys know. That's a great question. I'm excited to have this one done and out there in the world. It's a cliffhanger. It totally is. Plus, I think too, I can do as well as like if I want to, I can come in and really get some good stuff done with some color too. Okay, so for example, I'm going to show you guys something. So I can come in here and do my clipping mask and do a little bit of, let's do a little bit of soft light. I'm going to grab my texture brush. I'm going to grab quite a bit of red here. And what we're going to do here is I can ever so slightly. Actually, I think I'm going to go soft light. And I can just kind of introduce a little bit of color into very, very, very specific areas. I don't want his nose to be too red. But I want to brighten up. And I'm gonna do another one with an overlay. And this one I can almost paint in with light, which is really, really fun. I can do it on a large scale too. But now, since those lines are starting to go away, you can see that what the change that does, just bringing some light to those areas. At the same time, with this overlay layer, I can actually do a some color work kind of in the shadows. If I want to bring a little bit more color into the shadows, like of his eyes there, I could. Here too. So it kind of is a way of introducing color into an area that maybe is just, you know, not great. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to select it all again, bring it all down, and then I'm going to hit Control B, and that does a color balance. Right now I can bring up my color balance and kind of decide if I want which way I want him to go. You can also just here and bring up saturation levels, you know, of different saturation, you know, of specific colors, my yellows. Greens, my cyans, my blues, magentas. I can just kind of push and pull those colors all the way around where I, you know, where I want them to be. And then I can just, boom. I think one cool one is like it's called a color filter. And you see how I'm just kind of warming, or I could come in and do a cooling filter if I wanted to send send everything kind of in one direction. Here's like specific colors, bringing red into everything. And what's nice about this, let's say if I just want to take a color, I'm gonna bring that down here, bring my color picker down here, is right now I'm introducing that color into everything. You see? So there's a little bit of blue. I'm not going to do it, but so for example, I could come in, boom, do that, and then just you know, fill it with, let's say, a gradient map. And we're going to do this. We're going to set it to color. And what's kind of cool about this is I could come in and let's say I want to set it to like some crazy colors. I mean, you could do some really wild things here. So for example, let's say I'm just going to go in and pick my colors here. And I want to say I want to have those colors. Then I can come in and kind of decide, well, how do I want this to interact with the painting? I can bring it down in opacity so that it's not quite, you know, so high. And then, I mean, this is just different ways of interacting with a piece. So, and if I'm done with that, then I just bring it down and boom. Collapse it. Hey, see you later, Noah. Bye-bye. Another option would be to bring up my levels here. Actually, let's go ahead and bring up the curves. This is also really nice. Is that I can make some, you know, fairly large changes. I want to lift up the blacks, make things darker on the shadows, lift up the highlights. I mean, just like you would almost a photo. And that's really interesting as well. So but part of that was just to, you know, bring some unity to the piece. So like the color balance will just help bring, like if you just move all the colors around a little bit, it does bring color unity to the piece as a whole, because it injects all of those colors into, yeah, if that makes sense. So, but I'm gonna stop there for tonight. Hi everybody from Indonesia. Hey, thanks, KK. Appreciate it. Hey, Vita. Great to have you guys. Really fun to be here tonight. Thanks for everybody who's able to come out and be part of the stream. It's always really, really fun to paint with you and for you. I had a good time with this guy tonight. We made it a long ways. Made it a long ways tonight. So remember that you are created special, that you're unique, that you matter, you absolutely matter, and that you're loved. And we'll see you on the next stream. Remember to jump on the Discord right here and the socials here. I'm on YouTube and Instagram And of course, we're on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel and the art that you're seeing here today. Thanks, Dave, for tuning in. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys all on the next stream. Have a great week. All right. See you later. See ya.